So you showing up to a man saying, "Oh, I have this degree, I have this job, I have this career." Those men are just thinking like, "I really don't care what you have."
Oh my God, if you wrote Superman, that is so cringe. I don't go to the gym to be called beautiful. I wouldn't like that. Why we always gotta be complimented on our looks? Like, people were really was just like finding something negative about it, right? Oh, why everybody knows? Are we in second grade?
Miles on your coochie, got yourself ran through by all of the Pookies and Ray Rays, and now you want to settle down now that you're losing your looks.
Black men are also told that we should not date women who don't have what we have.
I secured the bag. I got the education. Love me.
Man will literally marry a woman who works at McDonald's. Like, they do not care about your money. If they are not users, they do not care about your money. They don't care about your accolades. They don't care how many degrees you got. They literally don't. They literally don't. And, you know, actually, men love those types of women because women who lead with those things, they have a desperate mindset. They have a mindset that it's kind of like you're in a way, you're inadvertently saying that I'm better because I have these things. And the audience that you're trying to pitch for does not care about those things.
Whoa.
So you showing up to a man saying, "Oh, I have this degree, I have this job, I have this career." Those men are just thinking like, "I really don't care what you have." Yeah, they're going to take it in and they're going to say, "Okay, you know, blah, 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 blah." But they really don't care about it because most times those types of women, and nobody don't take this the wrong way, most times those types of women, they do have a masculine mindset. You know, they have like this boss B mindset.
I'm happy that she understands it. More and more are starting to understand. But will it change? It takes a whole generation to change. It takes music to change, for change to happen. It's not going to happen. I'm being realistic. It's not going to happen. Why is that not going to happen? Because you have a handful doing this, a handful doing that. What changes? Nothing. Oh, we all need to stick together, black power. And then one side, oh, we need to do this, or we need to do that. But the only way things get better is if people be themselves and understand something. Men don't care about what kind of career you have. It does nothing for us. So that's why we'll deal with a girl working at McDonald's.
And most times those women, they are very, very, very insecure. Like, they are very insecure. And it's kind of like, because they have risen so high in their career, those women will they outwardly confident, but they're inwardly insecure. And men can pick up on that because you're leading with your finances. Why are you leading with your finances to a man?
That sounds like something.
You're trying to be in competition. You're trying to show him, like, I want you to see my worth. I have this and I have this more than other women, so I want you to see my worth. That is not confident. If I were to meet somebody, I would not lead with anything, okay? I'm going to lead with, one thing that
Femininity.
I hate in the dating world is when men would ask me certain stuff like, "What do you like to do?" Blah, blah. Don't ask me. We are not on an interview. Don't ask me anything. I will tell them I'm not in the mood for talking. You know, I'm not in the mood for talking. Let's not ask each other questions. Let's just enjoy the moment because I just don't really care. My job here is not to impress you. It's not. My job is not here to impress you. I am not on, what is it called? I am not being interrogated. Don't ask me anything because who are you? And a lot of women, they answer some questions like, "Yes, I know how to cook. I know how to clean. I can do this." I don't do that. I be looking like, I literally tell a man, if they start getting on my nerves, I'll be like, "I really don't feel like talking. I don't care how fine you are. I don't feel like talking." You know, like, or I'll say, "You're asking too many questions. I'm not here to answer questions." You know, that's just simple. But yes, so just take notice. You know, when you go out with men or whatever and you start leading with your finances, put in the back of your head, they don't give a they
Sure
don't.
don't.
They're going to treat you just like they.
See, now, why would we care when if you see a lot of ladies, they go out and they, as she said, they replace what's missing. Oh, I'm a big bag. I love to eat Twinkies. I love Twinkies, and I love Twinkies so much. My pinky no longer look like a pinky. That's how much I love Twinkies. And men are saying, we don't want it. Guys that are down and out want it. But not many guys are down and out. Because why? Even for guys down and out, you're not giving us nothing. Message.
Okay, I did it. I secured the bag. I got the education. Love me. And then all the masculine men are like this. Cool story, bro. Now, here is when we got to hear about my single. I got my own stuff. I own place. Y'all cannot handle a strong woman like me. I'm in shape. I got my bag. Why am I still single? Y'all, you talking all that junk about your money and this, and he over here cheating with a broke chick. Pays attention to him and cares for him and nurture him. And
Whoa, now you heard what she said? She's over here with a broke chick because she pays attention to him. And what is that attention? Think about it. That's love and affection. Men want some love and affection. And a lot of ladies nowadays need correction. Like everything happening, all the videos you're seeing, some ladies are watching and some ladies are not taking offense to it because the message, it needs to get out there. It does. And the only way things change is if what's happening right now, what you guys see on videos, continues to happen. Guys get on these videos and talk sense. And we're not just talking sense to the watchers that are watching. There'll be new people that'll watch. They'll be scrolling the internet one day, right? And say, oh, I came across this video. I like what this guy's saying. And that's what we want. More of that.
About dating a woman on government assistance. You know why? Because men, I never heard a man say, oh, I don't want to date her because she get food stamps. I don't want to date her because she got a Section 8 voucher. I don't want to date her because she live in the projects. I never heard a black man say that, but you will hear black men, black women on social media all day. Oh, I don't want to date a broke black man. I don't want to date a black man that work at McDonald's. I don't want to date a black man that's doing worse than me, or, I'll be dating down. You never hear black men saying that.
Now,
you just don't.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but hold up. Wait a minute on that projects line. Wait a minute with the projects line. Because dealing with a girl, not all the time, but dealing with a girl from the projects, men don't want to date Sharkeisha now. She's saying, like, men are not saying, Sharkeisha, step up to the plate. Well, I'm here. Like, men don't want that. Because that's not all that's in the projects. But that mentality, men don't want to deal with that mentality. So a man will have to test, poke, and prod to see if it comes out. If you poke and prod, 9 times out of 10, it's going to come out. And look at what this guy's saying. This is what men are struggling with nowadays. Not all men are down and out.
And classism is corny when you are dating in the black community. And somebody in the comments said, it's easy for you to say this as a man. And I think women don't understand how much black men are also told that we should not date women who don't have what we have. Like in the beginning of the video, I said I went to Morehouse College. That's where I learned about how much classism keeps people single. It's an all-male school. I learned that at an all-male school. I'm not, like, we are also, in the same way y'all are concerned about somebody being insecure, somebody being a threat to what you build, somebody not being able to walk in the spaces you can walk in, somebody not being able to carry the mantle that has been built by your families. You don't think black men who are super educated are told those things too? We are. And it's keeping us single as well. So, like, when I'm saying this, and not only is it keeping us single, but, like, you all think that, like, there are also women in the comments talking about their experiences dating men who, like, act out of the fact that they feel inferior. we deal with that too. I had a party like with my boys. They are healthcare execs, lawyers. Some of them work in medicine. It was a party. It wasn't my party, but I was going to a party and I invited some girls, and they didn't want to pull up because of what everybody in the room did. And
what? The girls didn't want to pull up. They were ashamed. That's sad because some of the guys probably didn't care. But let them finish.
They didn't feel like they belonged there. Like that's classism keeping people from connecting. You never know who you could have met, how y'all could have been compatible. And also, classism is so fluid, bro. All of this can be lost in a second. It can, unless you come from a family where it is up and it's stuck, and it's been up and stuck for generations, all of this can be lost in a second. Anybody who got it right now and didn't get it because it was given to them, but got it because they got it out the mud, knows that all of this can be taken in a second. And I'm saying this as someone who does very well for myself. All of this I know all of this can be taken for a second. Does this mean if I lost everything, I'm not a part of a certain class? Do you know how many people in D.C. lost their jobs after Donald Trump got elected to be president? Are they no longer in my class? Or are they how do you even quantify this? There's some people who became millionaires off of this app. Now that they're millionaires, are they in a bigger class? Are they in a better class than me? Like, what are we even talking about?
Yeah, well, I understand what he's saying, but yeah, I get it. And what I'm talking about is not dealing with Sharkeisha from the projects. I'll say it like this, right? Of course, some guys will, some guys won't. But you don't want to date down like that to where you're dealing with someone that's very low value. Because with a lot of that comes, I need a man to pick a bill. That's when pick a bill comes. Like that, like you see a lot of times, right? People, one person's making 100,000, another person's making 100,000, and they're both working 50-50. You see it all the time. The ladies that are making a bag are willing to go 50-50. So ladies that are in a higher class, what are they probably willing to do? 50-50. So you do have some ladies out there that are in the higher class, mentally, I repeat, mentally, maybe making 50,000. Maybe a guy's making 50,000. They want to come together with a guy doing that and make that 100,000. And that's what a lot of the regular guys are looking for. I'm sure a lot of guys are listening to me right now speak, saying, yeah, that's what I want. But it's hard to find in the West. So what's happening right now? That's why guys are jumping on planes. That's why I jumped on a plane 11 years ago, right? Or guys are dating out. But look what happens when you get out.
Doing donuts. I will kill the game. Oh my God, my boy say he's in the Aston Donuts.
In retrospect, my respect was to hide no tumbling backwards into a karate.
Society with white woman.
My innocent.
This nigga's doing the most.
That's exactly what happens.
Nice guys is the old women, like 35, 45 plus. You done ran through all of the alpha dicks, and now you're looking for a nice guy to settle down with. You done put 536.
Hold up. 536,000 miles. That's what's happening.
6,000 miles on your coochie, got yourself ran through by all of the Pookies and Ray Rays, and now you want to settle down now that you're losing your looks. The husband that you out here looking for, you cheated on him 20 years ago. Ooh. The husband that you're looking for, you lied to him, you broke his heart 15, 20 years ago. Ooh. The husband, the good guy, the nice guy that you're currently looking for, you cheated on him with Pookie and Ray Ray.
Real talk.
The fact that you 40 plus years old and still single is your fault. When you was a young lady, you thought that Mr. Nice Guy was weak for some reason. Now that you old, now you want a nice guy. No, baby, it's too late now. You old, you washed up, menopausal bound. Nobody want your ass now.
It's something that a lot of women on here is making me do, and I do not like it. So I expressed about how I was at the gym the other day, and after I was done with my workout, a guy came up to me, hand me a note, right? So in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, in this note, it's going to probably have his number or his social media. I don't open it at the time. I put it in my bag. I said, I'll read it when I'm done with like the gym itself. So I go into my car after I'm done with my workout, and I look at the note. Matter of fact, let me where's the note? Hold on. I have the note here. Actually, here it is. I have the note. It says respectfully. Oh, with all due respect, but I said respectfully, you're incredibly beautiful. From Superman. So I thought when I read that, I thought it was cute. It was flattering. I was like, oh, this is really cute because again, a lot of dudes don't even. Nobody's writing notes anymore. Nobody's writing letters or whatever the case. So I write about it. I say, hey, ladies, how do you feel if X, Y, and Z? Now this is where I have the issue. You have women saying, why would he write Superman? Oh my God, if he wrote Superman, that is so cringe. You're a grown-ass man. Use your words. Somebody said, oh, I don't go to the gym to be called beautiful. I wouldn't like that. Why we always got to be complimenting our looks? Like, people was just like, finding something negative about it, right? Oh, why are we writing notes? Are we in second grade? And honestly, I can see why men don't really want to approach women. Because if he had just approached me mid-set or whatever the case and just talked to me, y'all would have had an issue about it. It's like, y'all always have something. There's like, it's just for some reason, y'all always have an issue with what men do. If you do, he do. If you don't, he don't. For some reason, he's still wrong. What is the problem? I don't know. Maybe we're all just in a fight or flight. But golly, I just simply don't get it. It's like men cannot win today, even if they're actually doing it the right way.
Yeah, we can't. And what's happening now? That's why a lot of guys aren't dating anymore. They can't stomach dating. And more ladies are understanding it. And I love that they understand. Because that's what's happening.
Of us really don't understand, why so many black men suffer from colorism, because it is a sickness and it's definitely something that has nothing to do with black women. But allow me to explain. A lot of black children were raised in households with single black moms, and if you're raised in this type of household, then you know that mom had to act as the mother and the father. A mother is the first example you have for a woman. So when you're a black boy and you're raised by a single black mom, or your father is not in your life, then you're seeing this black mom be the father and the man of the house. So when your mother is disciplining you as a boy, and there's no man around, you're seeing that woman in a way that's not feminine. So a lot of black boys raised in these type of households had trouble seeing black women as feminine, as soft, as something to be attracted to in their early ages and teen ages as well. It's not an excuse, but it is.
Okay? As much as women want to say we like dad bods, we like this, no, we don't. No, we don't. That's what society taught us to like. They taught us to not have standards, to not care about physical appearance and all this other stuff. At the end of the day, we want the top dog, the top genetics, the top earning, the strongest and the tallest at the end of the damn day. Okay? It could be about maybe 1 million men on this planet, just of the top tier, and we'd be fine. Like, honestly, most women don't have a problem with polyamory and all these other things if it's the top dog you're dealing with. That's why a lot of these wealthy men have how many baby mamas, many baby mamas does Elon Musk have, how many baby mamas all these popular, famous artists have, all these, billionaires and millionaires, they have multiple baby mamas.
They're willing to share.
Don't mistaken, okay? We want the top dog. We want a big dog. We don't want no puppy. And we saw that with Anthony Joshua, who just hit the streets like crack in the 80s, okay?
Wow.
Every woman internationally united, okay? Because we want the top dog. Women, we all say, I would never submit to this man. I'm not going to do this, and blah, blah, blah. And men complain, women are difficult, this and this. You think a woman would be difficult with a man like that? You think a woman would be difficult with Luigi Mangione or Jeremy Meeks or the Aaron Pierres, whatever your flavor is, your preferred flavor is, okay? At the end of the day, you gotta be a big dog if you want big requests. And most of you, please, just please.
Women want the highest value, most optimal man. And I think she was bashing men, but she's being truthful. That's what they want. Hypergamy is a thing. And men know this. But what does that do for the date market? What does that do for the future? I gotta sing Tupac again. There's no hope for the youth, for the truth is, ain't no hope for the future. That 50,000 guys, same thing Kevin Samuels was saying, can't get with the 50,000 woman because they all want the top dog. That's why Nick Cannon got so many baby mamas. That's why Elon Musk got so many baby mamas. And it's going to happen like that. And you know what? That's the way society is. That's why guys like Fresh and Fit, right, talk like they do, and it makes sense. That's why guys say, oh, I'm the alpha male and I got this girl and I can do whatever I want, because that's what ladies want. So will it ever change? The same guys you complain about are the same guys you want. What's the change? This is what's wrong with the date market.
Don't need from a woman and how you don't need a woman and all that. We're interdependent people. We're not meant to be independent. If that's the case, then why do you have relations with a woman? Why do you take the time out to try to talk to a woman? Why do you want the woman inside of your house? Why do you go on dates with a woman? Why do you entertain a woman? If you don't...
See, I gotta cut this one off, right? Because she's saying, why don't you entertain a woman? Like, why do you? Guys are not nowadays. Who are you talking to? Like, you see these videos and you go, who are you talking to? Guys are still doing it. There's guys in the West still talking to females. There's guys in the West that are not on what most guys are on, but so many guys aren't. But there's guys in New York somewhere that are still walk up to ladies and talk to them. There's always going to be guys talking to. But what happens is some of you ladies, you roll around with stinking resting B face, RBF. And that's what has guys not wanting to talk to you.
Don't need a woman for nothing. Why do you have a woman in your personal space? If you don't need a woman for anything, you should just be with yourself and just talk to yourself. And just be by yourself and go on dates with yourself. Entertain yourself. Lay in the bed with yourself. Do things all by yourself. Meaning that you feel like you don't need a woman. Like, make it make sense, okay? Y'all really be getting, y'all be on one with that.
See? She's talking like a man's life isn't lonely. She doesn't understand what most men go through, because you wouldn't look at most men out there. Because what is she going to say? I got to play it again. She's going to say this.
Okay.
Women want the top dogs, just like she is. Like, you can't talk like that when you're going to say the same things that she's saying. Stop it. Get some help.
And right? And something is on your mind, or something doesn't make you feel comfortable, or some type of boundary was passed, and you're not allowed, and I'm talking about men with significant others, like, you can't go to your wife or your girlfriend and say, yeah, you know, you did this or you said this and it didn't make me feel comfortable. And the conversation just goes respectfully, like, okay, you know, baby, I'm sorry I said that or I did that, you know, I'm gonna work on things. Like, the fact that it'll never go like that is so crazy. Like some way, somehow, you're gonna turn into the bad guy, and now you're gonna have to console your significant other about what they did that made you feel uncomfortable, that now you expressing it makes them feel uncomfortable. And it's madness. And that's why men's mental health is always so bad. We don't got no outlet. Everywhere that we turn to express ourselves is gonna turn into something crazy.
Yeah, it is. And men are done with that. And just like another brother said, right? He spoke on females getting older and washed up. And this lady's going to talk about it as well.
There is a 52-year-old woman named Claudia Jordan. She's like, you know, she is a celebrity. She's a journalist. She has a podcast, and her and her co-podcast friend was talking. I think I'm trying to insert a clip. I was trying to figure out how to do to talk over her video so you can hear what she's saying in her own words.
In the trenches, and it sucks. I'm sick of being independent. I hate paying for my fucking Range Rover, my other car, my mortgage insurance, my freaking cell phone, computer, Wi-Fi. I am sick of it. I need some guy with bad health to jump on in and interrupt and say, let me take you off your shift. You've been working hard enough. So that's cute what she's doing. I'm not doing that. We are different. I'm tired. I've proven myself, and it only impresses other women. She's like, oh, that's amazing. My friends are independent. These men don't care. Come and save me, some chic, minus the dookie. Just please come and save me. I'm tired. I'm tired, Erica. I don't want to do it no more. Where's my Melania? I want the Melania Trump plan. I'm sick. I approve of myself. Since 1988.
At 88.
I'm tired. I was 15 out of paper route.
Damn, that's a long time.
72 clients. 30-cent tip for some of you bastards in East Providence, Rhode Island on 2nd Street. I remember I gave you papers 7 days a week, and on Sunday you gave me a 30-cent tip. I'm tired. So I'm glad it worked out for you, but I'm not there.
Being a strong, independent woman since
Overrated.
1988
Since
is a lot,
88.
Claudia.
Since Salt and Pepper came out.
That's a lot.
Because this is exactly what I've been saying since I've started TikTok, which hasn't been that long, about getting married and choosing somebody the first time around. She's never been married. She's single. She's 52 years old. She's been independent, as she says it, since 1988, and she's sick and tired of being the strong, independent one. And she says, I'm looking for an old man to come and save me and take me off the strip, as she calls it. And she's like, I'm tired. And she was talking to her friend who's been married for about 10 years, her co-podcaster. I'm gonna try to see if I can insert the video here. And she was just like, she wants an old man who's barely alive that can come take care of her. And this is what I mean by people get older, but they don't get wiser. This is why it's not about like how old I am. You should listen to me. No, it's not about somebody that's 50. Listen to them. It's not about, she's 52 years old and she still sounds like she's 20. And she's still curious as to why she hasn't been, she's not married and happily married, right? Her mentality is that sprinkle culture.
As the man was talking about, classism. She's still in her lower class mentally. That's what the lady's speaking on. And that's what men talk about. All men who've spoken in this video, they're speaking about class mentally. Claudia Jordan is like as the lady said, a teenager. All of their minds are like teenagers. Yesterday, when I showed a Disney video, well, it was a Disney video where ladies want to take their children to Disneyland and they don't have money. Like children. The kids can't even remember that. I was stuck in that. I remember when my son was like a year old. I don't think he was even a year yet. My ex said, I want to take him to WrestleMania. Not WrestleMania, but I took him to WWE. He shouldn't have been at WWE. I asked him, said, do you remember when I took you there? Oh, I think he didn't remember that. The boy was under 1 year old. Maybe one. He didn't remember that. But things like that. Men are looking for people with higher class, and someone in a higher class with a higher class mindset won't be wasteful. So Claudia Jordan, she wants to get with a rich guy to take care of that. Maybe a trick. We already know, guys. I did a video about that yesterday, about tricks trying to go to other countries. But yeah, guys that are rich and smart are not trying to sign up for someone who's wasting money. And the problem is that most ladies will never figure that out. They'll never figure out that men, they get their life straight and they don't want to go backwards. And all you're gonna do is take a man backwards. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Show me some love. Show me some support. We're on the way to 70,000. Let's bring it to 100,000, then to 1 million. Thanks for watching. Peace out. See you next video.
The Iceman is coming!
Winter is here.